This content is for educational purposes only. What you do with this information is at your own risk. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I thought I'd share with y'all an alternative way to install your titles. Since the latest Switch firmware, which is right now 21.0.1, has broken a lot of things need to be updated, and some of those are like tinfoil and DBI installer. Although DBI installer is updated, but it's only in the language of Russian, and also Gold Leaf hasn't been updated either. So that brings us to where we're at right now, giving you an alternative option, which is right now with awoo installer, and that is working with the NS USB loader. And that's what we're going to be doing in this video. We're going to set that up so that way you can get back to installing titles. Even though my screen is going to be having a lot of blurred out images, we're going to try and make the best of it, since this isn't something that is not able to be shared. And the last thing I'm going to mention right now is that if you got to use my eradicatinglove installer from a long time ago, since I had the time, I went ahead and updated that. So now we have its predecessor, which I'm pretty happy with, and it's called the other side. So it'd be the other side installer now. But with that being said, let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is open up the SD card that we're using on the Switch. You also need to have CFW already set up. If you don't have this set up, I'll have a link in the description to one of my videos. That way you can get set up with a fresh SD card or needed for updating for firmware 21.0.1. But with that being said, now that we have the SD card open, we can now download these two files that we're going to need for today. So if you look in the description down below, there's going to be several links, but the first one we're going to look at is click here to download the other side installer. If we click on that link, it should take you to this page, my release page for my GitHub. And all you need to do is just scroll down and click on this link here to start the download process. Then have it move to the desktop like I have done already. The next link in the description would say click here to download the NS USB loader. And same thing, once you click on that link, it'll take you to that GitHub release page. And make sure it's on the latest version, which right now on this video it's 7.2. Scroll down to the assets area, and this video is mainly for those that are having the latest features right now, like firmware 21.0.1 and latest atmosphere. So we're going to want to use the latest version of this installer. So once you click on that, you can start the download process. I mentioned that because there's also older versions for people that are using older stuff, but this video is mainly for helping those with the newest things, because older versions can use DBI still and tinfoil. So once you download that version, go ahead and move it to the desktop. And also I'm using Windows 10. It should work on Windows 11 and 8 as well. But now that we have them both downloaded, we can start with the zip file, the other side installer. I like to use 7-zip to extract all my files. If you want to follow along with me, I'll leave a download link to 7-zip as well. But with 7-zip, I'm going to open the archive, and we should have a Switch folder. We can just extract this to the root of the SD card. And well, mine says to replace the file. Yours won't, because it's fresh. I already have it in there. I was testing earlier. And now that we have it in the SD card, we can now install the NS USB loader. Let's go ahead and double click on that. Here we're going to want to click on next. Then I agree, install it. Just normal installing. I'm going to create a desktop shortcut just so that way I can have it on the screen of this video. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. So now that it has it there, I'm going to delete this installer, and now we have it right next to each other. All right, so once we open up the NS USB loader, just like my eradicatinglove installer and the other side installer, it's all based off of awoo. So in order for it to work, you're going to want to have it in the awoo option. You do have USB or internet or network coming to access your files, your title installers. Access your titles that you want to install. So for this video, I'll probably be using the network just so I can show you on screen with my Switch. But once you open up the NS USB loader, we have other options. You have the RCM that you can inject payload. I never used it before. You have an option to merge split files. I never use that either. But important things are here in settings. We want to make sure that this is checked. Allow XCI, NSZ, XZ for awoo, since that's what we're going to be using with the other side installer. And the last important thing would be for the download and install drivers. So go ahead and click on that. Then click next. Make sure these options here say ready to use, and then click finish. And that's it. Now the USB loader is ready to use. If you don't install those drivers, then you're not going to have a connection to USB. So now that we have this, I'm going to leave it open. We can go ahead and eject the SD card and test it out. Okay, so here on the Switch home menu, before I test out the other side installer, I just want to give you a quick reference of where we're at. I am on the latest version of Switch firmware, which is right now 21.0.1, latest version of Atmosphere 1.10.0. Also, I highly recommend using the other side installer in HB menu without applet mode. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you go into album, you have HB menu, but you see the red letters on top of the switches screen, applet mode. You do not want to use the app here. You could use it, but it's just safer to use it without the applet mode. And there's two ways you can get into HB menu without applet mode. There is a folder that I have. If you're interested in this, you can leave a comment down below and I can try and help you out. Or if you have a pre-installed title already on your Switch, you just hold down the right shoulder of your right Joy-Con, hold it down and enter a installed title, and keep holding the right shoulder button until you enter HB menu without applet mode. So there's one way to do it like that. Of course, we have the folder, and they both do the same thing. So we have no applet mode. Once you're there, we can navigate to the other side installer. So this is what it's going to look like once you have it on your Switch. It is based off the awoo installer, the latest version right now, which is 1.3.6. So I don't want to take any credit, but I just wanted to brand the channel on it. There's lots of forks out there, but we just want to keep it simple with this channel. That way you know that you're getting this specific one, and when I do my edits later on in the future. So once we have the app, we can go ahead and enter it. And just like the awoo installer, just like my previous eradicatinglove installer, it has the same features. But we're interested in the installing over USB or internet, and we have installed a SD card as well. So you can browse through here and look for the files. Here, this part of the video, when I start adding the files, I'm probably gonna have a lot of things blurred out because I'm not supposed to have these things or showing this stuff. But since I can show you better with internet, that's what I'm going to do. And in order for it to work with internet, you have to have it already on Wi-Fi. Then go ahead and click on that if that's what you want. I'll show a little bit of USB after, but it's not going to be as best quality. But once you have this, you have your IP address up here. And you can look for you can type in the IP address up here as well. And if everything goes well, you can use your NSP. So here's my test NSPs. I'm going to put them inside NS USB loader. So once they have loaded up in here, I know it's gonna I'm not gonna be able to show it, but I will have, you can just tell. I'll try my best to at least show as much as I can. But now that they have been uploaded here, your Switch is ready on your end. All you need to do is just click on upload to NS and it should show on your Switch. That's pretty much it. Now that we have that, you can choose the ones that you want. In my opinion, it's better to do one by one instead of a bulk install, but that'd be up to you to try it. I'm going to go ahead and just install just one. And once you click on that, you can have it checked off. Then you can push the plus button. And you're going to want to click on SD card. Of course, USB is going to be a lot faster, but there you go. I didn't know what tune to add to it, so I added Minecraft level up. But there we go. That's it. Now if we go home, we should have it already here and have no issues. Just quickly, I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna do the USB option just so that way you can see that's working too. I know it's not gonna be so good looking, but just to give you a reference of USB, I have it plugged into my PC here. And it says a warning, USB sometimes just doesn't work. Just click OK. And there it goes. It says USB connected successful right here. And then the same principle. If it doesn't load here, then you probably have to close out NS USB loader and try again. But go ahead and click on, or change this to USB, of course, and then click on upload to NS, and it shows okay. So I'm gonna have to close out NS USB loader and try again. That's okay. Here we go and connect. There you go. So now it showed up right here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Everything seems to be working just fine for me. And if you try it out for yourself and you have issues, you can leave a comment down below and I'll try and help you out as best as I can. Also, leave a comment down below if it does work for you. And yeah, just try to get you an alternative option until tinfoil is updated or DBI. You could also use this option from now on until I have to update it again. And with that being said, I was pretty happy to see there being an update for the Eradicatinglove installer, now the other side installer. So I hope it works out for you and I hope you enjoy it and helps you out in any way in the future. So thanks again for everybody that watches, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.